Chamberlain.
And I'm Kristin Lagana. Welcome to Arundel County Week in Review. In this week's episode, we'll talk about Hurricane Florence and Family Fun Day with the Rotary. But first, making headlines this week. We are all watching closely as Florence bears down on the Carolinas. Early this week, there was concern that the hurricane would make a direct hit on Maryland, but it changed course and headed to our south on Tuesday. We will still see some effects and a couple of inches of rain, but many events are still happening, rain or shine, this weekend. Meanwhile, we stand ready to assist the communities in the storm's path. Please monitor the Red Cross and official sources if you are looking for ways to help out. You can, of course, check out our website, aacounty.org, and click on the hurricane image to find out the latest from the National Weather Service on what's happening with Florence. Don't you feel like we dodged one this time, Dave?
Oh my God, we certainly did. And I just feel so bad for the people in the path that, you know, are probably very anxious now. And
did you see any of the videos that are circulating right now where law enforcement has shut down the other side of the highway in order to get folks out quickly from the Carolinas? So everyone's going, it's all one way.
I like it. That makes sense. Insane.
It's a barricaded two-way highway, now all going one way. It's so odd to watch, but very efficient in terms of getting everyone out quickly.
Do you, I always think about this when we have events like this, how an evacuation would work around here.
I do.
Because 9/11, like I remember 9/11.
Right.
It was gridlock, like nobody got anywhere. Now we weren't evacuated, but
right.
I mean.
But you think about areas
like. The way
like,
our traffic is, the way our roads are designed.
And you think about areas like Mayo and downtown Annapolis and wondering about, you know, mostly of these areas that are like peninsula located where it's one way in, one way out. So yeah, it was something that was on my mind, and seeing the flooding that was going on in downtown Annapolis and wondering what was going to happen this weekend. Certainly we are glad that things have fared the way that they have, and we're thinking about our friends south. So
well, like we have to shout out to our friend Claire Lauder. Claire Lauder, who was the president of the chamber, I think it was the West County Chamber at the time, moved down to Charleston.
Yeah.
You know, built
Which
her own
I
house.
love Charleston.
And I remember telling her at the time, I was like, don't you know that there's a good chance you're going to be evacuating that brand new house?
Oh, yeah.
And
so many
prayers
folks
and thoughts are with her family, certainly. Claire, if you're watching.
So many folks that were...
give us a little thumbs up or
thumbs
safe.
Up. Let us know.
Report yourself safe or something.
Please.
I'm sure she's prepared because I saw her talking about leaving already a couple days ago. So
just let us know, Claire.
Oh, man, I mean,
and there were a lot of other people that were vacationing this time. You know, a lot of folks that still were taking advantage of the warmer weather that were talking about, I just got down here, I'm turning back around. I mean, luckily, you know, you've gotten the opportunity to get out. Your actual home isn't down there, so it stinks that your vacation.
I mean, people have told me, this is like Puerto Rico level.
Don't ignore the warnings.
This is really bad.
If you have friends, family down there, please make sure that you're making sure they're heeding the warnings and that we're helping each other out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, Kristin, I have a question for you.
Okay.
Do you like trees?
I work in recycling, Dave. Of course I like trees.
Would you consider yourself a hugger of trees?
I'm a tree hugger.
Okay. Well, let's be real. Everybody likes trees.
Yeah.
Well, this week, County Executive Steve Shue and the Chesapeake Bay Trust announced that nearly twice as much forest tract will be preserved this year than last year. In all, we're talking about 266 acres of ecologically valuable and sensitive forest in Crownsville, Gambrels, and Churchton. Partnering with the trust, the county will spend $1.9 million of fee in lieu funds generated from the Forest Conservation Act to protect and reforest 4 properties. The Scenic Rivers Land Trust will hold the conservation easements on the properties, bringing the running total to 69 conservation easements in the county. And get ready for it, Kristin, 3,061 acres protected forever.
Forever? Forever. Wow. Forever. That's awesome.
Little Kanye West reference there. That's tough to read all that.
Actually, Outcast.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
I'll put money on it.
Okay, we're gonna bet.
Forever, ever.
Okay. We'll bet on that.
All right, well, it's time to get your funnel cake and camel rides on, people. The county fair is in full swing.
Woo!
Woo! Don't let the rain keep you away. There's so much fun to be had. Go to aacountyfair.org to view the complete schedule. This year they have a new feature called, so excited, Goat Mountain. Goat Mountain. You know I love goats. So be sure to check out all of the animals, including my main man, Samson.
You love you some Samson.
Love Samson. The fair runs through this weekend, rain or shine, so get out to Crownsville, wear your boots. I know on the Facebook page they've been saying, ignore the rain. We've got a 100% chance of fun. And right on.
We would see how brave they would be if they were in North Carolina right now.
Oh, yeah, well.
You got a little lucky there, but that's nice. And we love the fair.
We love the fair.
Shout out to our friend Sharon.
Sharon, you can
Sharon.
Get like anything you want fried at the fair. What's your favorite fried thing?
I know what yours is.
What?
All of it.
Yeah.
Fried hot dogs, fried Twinkies.
No,
fried
I'd say fried
Oreos.
chicken is
You
probably
like
my
the
fried.
Chinese
No.
food.
I love the China. I love the Chinese food.
I remember
I
that.
tried the fried Oreos once. I actually shared them with a county friend, someone else that works for the county, Christine Romans, shout out.
Shout out Christine Roman.
And I found that I could only eat one, and that was it.
Do you know, I shouldn't say this
Okay.
because it's not good for marketing purposes, but when I went to the booth and I was so excited, I was going to have the deep fried Twinkie and the deep fried, they were out.
Well, that's because they're
I
popular.
had a cheeseburger and it was fantastic.
But have you had anything else before that's fried from a fair or festival that you were like, I love it?
Well, I like corn dogs.
Corn dogs.
That
there
counts,
you go.
right?
That totally counts.
I like French fries.
Totally counts.
French fries is fried.
It's awesome. I did get, I know this isn't the county fair. I love the county fair. It's my top love. But I did go to the state fair a little while back. And
In Timunium, hun?
Timunium, and they had peach sundaes that were so good with vanilla yogurt.
Shut up.
And peaches. You know, we have a big thing with peaches here. So they had that,
Millions of
green
peaches.
tomatoes, a lot of pride in our local foods. So
Well, folks,
they even had,
Yes?
I'm not going to do this. This is a fried food I won't do.
Oh, my.
It was like some cream cheese dough ball thing that had mealworms in it for the adventurous eater. No, sir. I will not be doing that.
Well, you do drink kale shakes.
I love kale shakes. But get out to the
Gross.
county fair for things that are way better than mealworm balls and kale shakes.
Yeah, nobody wants mealworm balls, Kristen.
No, nobody does.
Ugh. We're going to take a quick break, but when we return, we will talk to Mr. Kevin Aftung about hurricane preparedness. Take a look at our community calendar for events happening around town, and we'll be right back.
Being prepared is a part of who you are, but it's especially important in the case of a disaster. Be informed about possible emergencies in your area. Make a plan that covers where you'll go in an emergency. Build a kit with the things you need to survive. There's no one more capable of planning for your situation than you. Start your plan today. Go to ready.gov/myplan.
Well, welcome back. Joining us in the studio this week, we're delighted to have a gentleman who's probably had the craziest week out of all of us here in the county, our director of our county's Office of Emergency Management, Kevin Aftung. Kevin, welcome back to the studio.
Well, thank you for having me in. I do have a breather today where we can actually talk, so that's great.
Yeah, and I'm sure that you've had barely any sleep, and you've been going crazy all week long. It looks like we've been dodging a bullet with Florence, but what can we expect for our friends down in the Carolinas?
Well, I have to be honest, I think we're dodging an artillery shell more than a bullet. This storm is significant, it's very large, it's dangerous, it's going to wreak havoc on the Carolinas. I think that there's going to be significant devastation to that area where the storm hits. I just ran a hurricane projection model a little while ago, and it looks like it could be up to a 13 or 14 foot storm surge and 40 inches of rain. So it's a significant monster storm. Everything that you've heard on television is accurate this time.
What have you been doing here to prepare for the storm?
We began preparing Sunday morning with conference calls and meetings, phone calls and texts back and forth between all of our partners and our office. By Sunday night, my deputy, Christina Cornwell, and I had a plan put together already. Monday, we started notifying partners and began all of the meetings that are associated with that from the county level. We've had department head meetings every day. We've met with all of our different partners around the county. We've also had many conference calls with MEMA, which included the National Hurricane Center and the National Weather Service. So we've been very, very busy preparing, planning, and making sure that the county is safe if the storm were to hit, which we originally thought it was going to.
Well, we thank you for all your work that you've been doing this week, of course.
And we should mention, by the way, that we're all feeling good and lucky that we're not getting a direct hit. Meanwhile, our friends down in North Carolina are, and we certainly are thinking about them. And I'm sure that Anne Arundel County is going to be providing any resources that are requested. I'm sure BGE is going to be helping out with the cleanup effort. So, I mean, I can't say enough that we hope everyone is going to be okay, and we hope people heed the warnings to evacuate and do what they're told to do, because we've seen this go the other way. We've seen Katrina. We've seen what happens when you don't listen and you stay in place. So I really hope that folks are doing the right thing down there. And you can replace a house, you can't replace your life. So just
we certainly hope so too. I mean, they're in our thoughts and prayers. This has been a strange turn of events for emergency management in this area. 4 days ago, all of us were figuring out what resources we need and how we could use them and how we could divide them so that we didn't steal too many from everybody else who needed the same resources. And now we're to the point where what can we offer to help for the South? So right now we're in the mode, and I'm collecting the data from all the departments on what activities, what capabilities, and what assets we can offer to the folks in the South to help them out through the storm, the Carolinas.
Well, and speaking of that, so obviously we are not under a direct, we're going to get maybe a couple inches of rain, something like that. But I think having the attention on this has been good for our area, because it forces everybody to stand up and pay attention to the things you need to do. You got lucky here. You're not getting the same thing that's happening in North Carolina. Take advantage of the situation and get ready for the next one.
Absolutely. Because we're not going to be in the path of the storm, it's a great opportunity for folks who haven't taken that opportunity to prepare for what may be next. It's still active storm season. There are still active storms out in the Atlantic Ocean and in the Gulf. There's still the possibility of something getting up this way. So yes, you are correct. It's an ideal time to prepare for what could be next.
What should I do first?
Well, everybody in their home should have a Go Kit. A Go Kit consists of, we've talked about this before on the show, a Go Kit consists of clothing, food, medication, identification, money, cash, credit cards, things that you may need to take with you if you need to leave your home. You should prepare your home for a storm if it's needed to be. It's called sheltering in place. If a person decides to shelter in place, or a family, they should prepare their home for that. There's also some rules that go with that I could get into. It would take a while, but I think we covered a lot of it on our Facebook program that we did recently.
That's right. We were on
Great
Facebook
Facebook
Live
page.
this week.
Props on your Facebook
Live
page.
This week.
Yep.
It was very well received, and Kevin answered every ridiculous question I
That you
threw
threw at
his
him?
way.
And he has a lot of ridiculous ones.
I promised him I wouldn't throw him any sidewinders, and then I did.
Of course.
But he handled it very well. So thank you for doing that. But this is a good time to mention, go to aacounty.org and you can find out more information about that. And tell us about, obviously, not only can you find out, but you can come meet our friends at the Office of Emergency Management yourself in person next weekend. So
you absolutely can. I would encourage all county residents to come to the Preparedness Expo next Saturday, the 22nd, at the Marley Station Mall. It starts at 10 in the morning and runs until 2 in the afternoon. There will be tons of activities for the kids to participate in, lots of vehicles, lots of displays. There will be a lot of information.
They love the trucks.
The kids love the trucks, and I think it'll be a great time for any family that's looking for a Saturday activity. And in the process, you learn something about being prepared for what could come.
Yeah, and certainly this week probably leads a lot of good, interesting ways to start that conversation up with these folks that'll be at the expo next week. So,
how did you schedule it so perfectly?
yeah.
Well, September is Preparedness Month. We encourage preparedness during September.
Yes.
Originally, we used to hold the expo a little bit earlier in the month, and we decided to go a little bit later this year. The last couple of years, it's been really, really hot, so we thought maybe if we made it a little bit later in the month, it would be a little cooler. Looks like right now, maybe it's paid off.
Yeah.
However, it does put us in the teeth of storm season, so we have to be concerned about that also.
All right, and
So-
one more time.
Yeah, the sites again for both, if people want more information on your office and for the expo.
Well, it's at aacounty.org, and we do have an Office of Emergency Management page there. On our pages, you'll find a lot of useful information on how to prepare for a storm and how to prepare for several other emergencies. And we do have information on how to make a go kit and what you need to shelter in place. It's all on our website, so I hope that you will visit it.
Yes, and their Facebook page.
And please
check out their
follow us
Facebook
on
page.
Facebook,
It's
yes.
excellent. Kevin, thank you for all that you do in keeping us safe, and thank you for all your hard work, and wish you the very best. And please come back soon and visit us.
Thank you for having me on. I really appreciate the opportunity.
We'll be right back with more Week in Review right after this. Don't go anywhere.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
Welcome back. We told you there are some rain or shine events this weekend, and the Rotary Family Fun Day is one of them coming up tomorrow. Sara Gannon has more. Sarah?
Thanks, Kristin and Dave. I am in Pasadena today with Miss Gloria Mangus from the Lakeshore and Severna Park Rotary Club. Miss Gloria, thanks for joining me today. Can you tell us about what's going on here on the 15th of September?
Yeah, every year, probably for the past 8 years, we've had an event called Family Fun Day. In the beginning, it was a fundraiser.
Okay.
And we charged for coming in, and everybody under 4 got free food and got in free, and then everyone else had to pay. 2 years ago, we thought about it, and we're trying to reach out, and get some publicity, I guess, let everybody know who we are, because most people here really don't know who we are. So we decided to just make it a family fun day, just reach out to the community and have a day for parents and kids to spend together.
And this is at the YMCA in Pasadena. And what time does this event start?
This one starts from 10 o'clock, runs till 2 o'clock, and it's been here at the Y for 2 years now.
And the event is free, is that correct?
It's absolutely free, yes.
Great. Now, also, I just want to reiterate to those folks that it's a rain or shine event. However, if there's any doubt before coming out, how do you like that? When in doubt, before you come out. On the 15th, because of the weather that's coming, check with the YMCA at 410-437-4242, and they may have some additional information if there's any cancellation or postponement or rescheduling, correct?
Yes.
Very good. Also, can you give me a little bit of information about what the Rotary is?
The Rotary, this one started, in fact, this is our 70th year. We're celebrating 70 years of Rotary here in Pasadena. It's an organization, again, it reaches out to locally people in need. We do things with the Boy Scouts and the Girl Scouts. We've redone the lodge there, and we've done cabins. Last year, we actually really reached out far and went across to Mali in South Africa, and we provided them with a drill so that they could get clean water and not have to drink out of the things that you see them going down to the river for. That's pretty much what we do. This year we're focusing on children. That's what Steve Johansson is our president, and he wants to focus on children this year. So although we don't do this as a fundraiser, we do get sponsors, and any of the money proceeds left over after we pay what we have put out, it goes to some group or organization. This year it's going to go right here to the Y for children to be able to take part in programs that otherwise they wouldn't be able to do.
That's fantastic. Yeah, I know that you all have done some projects at Camp Whippoorwill, I believe, Freetown. I mean, you all are all over the place, moving and shaking, right?
If you come and let us know that you need help, then we try to do whatever we could do. They went down, some of the members went down and repainted all the rooms at Freetown, and they're still working with the people down there. We're hoping to get some kind of a van or something to bring those kids up here for Family Fun Day.
That's fantastic.
But yeah,
And do you have a website that they can they can check for to get the information too?
it's, I don't know if it's spelled out or if it's LSSP, but it's actually Lakeshore Saverna Park Rotary.
Okay, great. And will you be updating the website for that? Any information for any postponement or anything? Or
Yeah, we will. The flyer's on there now, and if hopefully tomorrow night we'll have a decision when we hear how further north, it's going to come or what's going to happen. If we have to cancel it, we will, and we will postpone it for a few weeks.
Okay.
We don't want to just not do it at all,
Sure.
but people are going to come out in a hurricane,
And it's well attended. I hear a lot of positive things throughout the community for the last couple of years, and you have police come out, and a lot of the community members. So I hear it's a fun day. I personally haven't been able to attend, but I do hear good things about it. So keep up the good work.
It's getting better every year. And last year, I had this idea, and actually, it's working really well. We invited 7 community service organizations, nonprofits, who had tables and could talk to people about if they had needs.
Good resources.
Yeah. This year we have 14. So it's getting better every year, And Family Fun Day is my passion. If I don't do anything else, I do Family Fun Day. That's my passion.
Well, I appreciate all that you do for the community and the Rotary, and we're going to send it back to the studio. So. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Sarah. Looks like a great event. Oh, got to get out there.
Yeah, so much to do this weekend.
Yeah.
Don't be deterred by the rain.
Some things were canceled, and it's fine. It's, safety first, and there's some things you got to plan for with a little extra care. We're not downing any events that were canceled and postponed or canceled, period, because of the rain.
Yeah, make sure you check.
Make
just
sure
in
you
case.
check.
Because some
Be
people
smart about
were
it.
being, very cautious and went ahead and canceled some things.
A lot of
the
preparations
fire
go into
department
things
graduation
sometimes.
for tonight, that
Yeah.
got rescheduled.
Household hazardous waste event for this Saturday has been postponed
Oh,
to September the
God,
29th.
I wanted to go to the household.
Stop.
I'm so disappointed.
But that's something that we have to plan for way ahead of time in advance. And if we wanted to grab a postponement date, we had to do it.
If you
So-
had a hurricane when you had hazardous waste day, would it be even more hazardous?
Yes.
It would be very hazardous.
Yes.
So I know what I'm going to be doing this weekend.
What are you going to be doing this
I'm
weekend?
going to be watching some football.
Oh, I did that last night.
Did you enjoy the football?
Oh, man, yeah.
You enjoyed the football?
I was so excited.
Your Ravens are undefeated.
I mean, well, okay, so the thing is that we looked so good in preseason, and then Sunday we killed it. And I feel like it felt so fall. You know how I am about fall.
You love
I got up that morning and
You
went,
had boots?
I'm going to get the crock pot out. It's football day.
Did you find the boots in the bin?
Yeah, I
Did
found
you get the bin
boots.
out of the basement?
Got the bin out of the basement, started going through the fall clothing. But yeah, I mean.
I will take a little credit for this. I told you, I don't appreciate the Ravens fans who gave up on their man, Joe Flacco.
No, Joe
last
looked
year.
great.
No, I'm sorry. You and your ilk, your friends.
I don't remember that.
Talked so much trash
I don't
about Joe
remember
Flacco
that.
last year. He's terrible.
I am wacko
he can't
for
throw
Flacco.
the ball, this and that. And I'm like, this guy
still
won you a
stand-
Super Bowl.
No,
people.
I don't think that was me.
Yeah, respect Joe
I
Flacco.
think you are mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Your skins.
Well, okay. My Skins won as well. And it was very exciting.
I was cheering for you too. I watched your game as well.
And it was very exciting. Let me just do one small word
All right.
of caution here.
All right, here we go.
The two teams that our two teams played stink.
Okay, yeah, I know,
They
but
stink.
still.
So let's be careful, okay?
Let me ride that high. Let me just ride
Enjoy it for now.
Yeah.
I hope that the Ravens do well. I think the Ravens are going to do better than last year. And the Ravens, it's amazing how the Ravens always find a way to be one step, like they're right there every year. No matter how good or bad they are, they're right there. So I fully expect them to have a mediocre kind of,
You know what,
they'll
though?
be 6-6, 7-7, and
I
then
don't
they'll
know.
find a way to get in the playoffs.
I'm just going to say this. I'm not trying to throw shade. Maybe I am a little.
Oh, here we go. What, they're better than the Redskins?
I'd rather have a W than have a tie.
Oh, I know. Steelers. That was a Steelers reference.
I didn't
wasn't it?
say who. I just said.
Into the Browns. Ouch.
Anyway.
See, but that just shows you that these games mean nothing because the Steelers are going to be fine.
Yeah.
Right? So don't get too excited.
I really enjoyed Sunday. Let's just say that.
Let's do our predictions. All right. What do you predict will be the final record of the Baltimore Ravens?
You said 6 and
So it's 16 games.
right, but you were saying 6 and 6 until.
I think I'm going to say they're going to be 9 and 7, and they'll make the playoffs.
I was gonna say 11 and 5.
Whoa! Homer alert! Homer alert! Okay, Redskins. Redskins. I'm going to say, gosh, I don't want to be a homer here. I'm going to go with 9 and 7 for the Redskins
All right.
as well.
11 and 5,
What do
9
you
and
say
7.
for the Redskins?
Or is this going to be one of those things where you like roll tape back to a
No,
past show?
we're not making a bet. We'll do that later in the season.
We're going to do that for snow.
Yeah.
All right. I'll say 10 and 6.
Whoa!
10 and 6. 9 and 7.
So wait,
10
you're
and 6.
saying... No, I said 9 and 7
For the
Ravens.
Redskins. Oh, I thought you said for the Skins.
The Ravens, I said 9 and 7.
9
You
and
said
7.
11 and...
11 and 5, but now I'm going 10 and 6.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
What about you?
So you have the same record for these two teams, and so do I. But yours is 10 and 6, and mine's 9 and 7. Is that accurate?
But what's your Skins one?
My Skins one is... I forgot.
You didn't say it yet.
It's 10 and 6.
Yours is 10 and 6.
I'll go with 10 and 6.
All right, fine. We're going to say 10 and 6.
Sure.
Everyone have a great football
It's gonna
season.
be fine.
And if you need some crockpot recipes or you have some to share, check out Arundel TV.
And please, Adrian Peterson, don't get broken. Please, because that's going to be it for us.
Yeah, don't do it.
Well, that wraps up this week's edition of Week in Review. You can watch this episode and archive episodes online anytime on Facebook or YouTube by simply searching for Arundel TV. And be sure to check out our Facebook Live with Kevin Aftung about the hurricane that we taped the other day. Please tune in again next week for more highlights and news from around the county, and we'll see you next time.